Get ready for the Leader Chat Room with Paul Kramer, featuring Lifestyle Elite Global Marketing Directors.
Good morning, Lifestylers. Paul Kramer coming to you live from the Leader Chat Room at Lifestyle's home office in Toronto, Canada. Great to be with everybody today. Folks, we got another fabulous Lifestyle's Elite Leader, Global Marketing Director here in the Leader Chat Room with us today. But before I introduce her, I just want to thank last week's guest, GMD Malou Arliano. Malou, thank you so much for coming on. Really amazing story, total rags to riches. A lot of really positive feedback, and that was an extremely inspiring story for everybody. So thanks to GMD Malou. Now, today, folks, we have got an amazing guest joining us in the Leader Chat Room. Let me tell you all about her. She joined Lifestyles in September of 2010. She was promoted to IMD September 2013. She was promoted to Global Marketing Director in July of 2018. She was our 2013 Lifestyles Philippines Rising Star and the 2013 Global Rising Star. So, without further ado, let's welcome into the Leader Chat Room from Cebu City, Global Marketing Director, Sheila Ruiz. Good morning, GMD.
Hi, Paul. Good morning.
Good morning. You look fabulous. Thank you so much for joining me.
Thank you, and thank you for the privilege of having me here in the Leaders Chat Room.
Well, it's exciting to have you. It really is great. And you've got a great story, a story I think a lot of people will find a lot of benefit from. So we're going to start at the beginning. We're going to go through your whole adventure in life and lifestyles, right? So you're the third of seven, right? So you've got seven in the family. Your father owned and managed a car repair shop, and your mom was a housewife. You had a comfortable life as a kid, but you were more interested in cars and dolls. And we've got a picture here of you and your dad. So tell us a little bit. Tell us a little bit about, your being such a young girl, and instead of playing with dolls, you were more interested in cars.
Oh, that was a very old picture. I wonder where you got that picture.
Oh, we can find stuff, Sheila. We can find stuff. I got a great team.
I salute your team. Anyway, I grew up in the car repair shop, Paul. So I basically grew up seeing my dad repairing all stuff of cars, all the brands. And that was also our playground with my sister. And we get to play instead of the usual dolls or usual stuff for kids. We played the tools like the close wrench, open wrench, vice grip, and even dirty ourselves with the motor oil. And to me, it seems normal growing up. I thought it's a normal childhood, and we're happy playing in the car repair shop of my father.
Right. Well, that's interesting because not a lot of kids are exposed to that, and especially girls playing in with repair tools. I think that's great. I think it's fabulous. So that's good. Now we've got another picture here, and this is with you sort of graduating from school. But your parents taught you the value of money, right? And you were always doing things to earn extra money as a kid, right? And you excelled at school. You received some loyalty awards and things at school. But tell us a little bit about how your respect for the value of money, how that shaped who you are today.
Growing up in a big family, there are like 7 of us, so we get to receive special gifts only once or twice in a year during Christmas and birthdays. So if we want something like the ones my parents taught us that we really have to work hard for it. If we want something that is not so important but we badly want it, then we really have to work for it. That's why at an early age, I already learned how to make money, Paul. Like I make like candies, and I buy like pads of what you call this, scented paper or the stationery that was a trend then.
Right.
Oh, it reveals the age. So I get to sell those stationaries for me to have my collection of the stationaries also. And if I want nice toys, nice shoes, I really have to work for it. I have to sell. I sell even during grade school. I sell candies and yema. If you're familiar, that's sweetened milk.
Right.
And I learned how to make yema just to, have an income of my own because my parents would give me. And that's why I really try to look for ways so I can make money, so I can buy the things that I
Right.
want. And it shaped me. Now, being an entrepreneur here in Lifestyles, it really helped me. Growing up with that entrepreneurial spirit really molded me to become what I am right now. And I'm grateful for my parents for teaching me that entrepreneurial spirit at a very young
Right.
age.
Yeah,
Paul.
it is amazing how those things you learn and those experiences you have as a kid really stick with you, and they really sort of shape who you become as an adult. And, we see that a lot with our Lifestyles distributors, challenging times early on, right? And you had in your family a very challenging time. Your dad, although he had his own business and he was successful, he was scammed out of a lot of money, right? And when
Right.
you were very young, and that had a dramatic effect on the family. Tell everybody, what happened to your dad and what effect that had on the family.
Ooh. Yeah, he got scammed and he was forced to sell everything that we have. The machine shop, all the tools, all the equipments, all gone in a
Wow.
span of like a few months. And he has to do it because he has to pay the person whom he borrowed money for because he really planned to go abroad. And the worst thing, Paul, and what really hurt me, and I can still remember it vividly, was when our TV got foreclosed because my mom has to pawn it because we don't have anything to eat anymore because the business of my father already got bankrupt because he was scammed,
Yeah.
right? So that was the pastime of my younger sister. She really loves watching TV, watching like shows there, and because I'm not the TV type of person, but my sister is. And when it was it was taken away by the new owner, I saw my sister like hugging the TV. Oh no,
Yes. Yes. And
she hugged the TV. She doesn't want to let it
right,
go.
right. And she was very young. How old were you kids when this happened to your dad?
I was like
Yeah,
11,
yeah, yeah.
and my sister she's 4 years younger than me, so she was like 7.
Yeah, very young, very young. And a very traumatic experience, a very dramatic experience to have that happen to your father because he also had to go overseas and work then, right? Like he had to leave the family. Is that what happened?
Yeah, he was forced to really go abroad
Right.
for him to support our family.
Right. Well, yeah,
And
go ahead.
and when I saw my sister going back to the TV story, sad story, um, it was when I really swore that would never go poor again
Mm. And that,
and I have
yeah, that,
to provide for the family.
yeah. And that sort of shaped, some things later on in your life, and we're gonna, come back to this in a bit, right? But so your family went through this. Your dad had to go overseas. We've got a great picture here of you. We dug up a lot of these, Sheila. We got some great pictures. So you graduated from computer science, right? And you took on
Right.
a few different jobs, and we can see you here sort of in your early working years. But you were very disillusioned with the typical working career, right? So tell
Yeah.
us of why that sort of didn't work for you, the typical sort of working job career.
I grew up being taught by my mother to really study hard to get good grades and then land a good job. So that was my first major job as a bank loan manager in a commercial bank. And I stayed there for like 9 years, Paul. So at a very early age, I got promoted as a bank loan manager. But at the same time, at a very early age, I guess I was like 31, 32 years old. I had my early retirement.
Right.
People were laughing at me because that's the age when people start to climb the corporate stuff, and I was already on my way
Yeah.
out. Because it was when I realized, Paul, that after 9 years, I didn't have savings. I don't even get to drive a brand new car. My family is still renting a house. And there are many moments that my salary is not even enough. Too many days left, but no more salary left.
Right.
So I live by, utang, debts, credit cards, just to make both ends meet. And after 9 years, I was not happy with the result. That's why I retired early.
Yeah. And you started, traditional businesses at that point. You were thinking about running your own business or owning your own business, right? And I know you did a couple of things, and I want you to tell people, sort of what you did. And it ended up, we've got another picture here. It ended up with you owning a flower shop, right? And this is really, sort of your creative side. You're a creative person, and this satisfied that creative side. But tell us about the business side of it. How much you had to work, how much income you were making, whether you were happy in traditional business. What was that experience like for you?
Yes, you're right, Paul. That business really satisfied my creative side, because I thought that you have to do when you do a business, when you engage in a business, you have to use your passion. But then that's when I realized that 11 years in the traditional business, and it's my passion, but it's not enough. Passion is not enough for you to attain financial freedom and for you to, provide for your family. Because at that time, I had my traditional business. I still don't have money, Paul. It's still difficult. Yes, the business is getting bigger, but I don't get to touch the money.
Right.
I can only see it in the books, but then I don't get to enjoy it as what I have expected. So and then there's one thing in traditional business that I really realized: the overhead cost is so high, and sometimes I don't get to pay myself. I pay myself last. Well, lucky if there's something left for me, but most of the times, no more. I have to pay my employees first, all the other overhead expenses, and it's really challenging, Paul. It even came to a point that I am indebted with the 2 million. I was not able to collect from my customers and I have to pay my suppliers. And that gave me chronic fatigue. I was so stressed. My immune system, broke down, and I don't know how to pay the debtors anymore. And call it social anxiety, social depression. I don't want to go out of the house anymore because all I was thinking is the financial trouble, the financial stress that I am right now. And I just want to get a way out of it, but I just don't know how. So I really prayed to God for an opportunity that would really help me pay all the debts, because it's giving me so much headache, honestly.
No, those things that you mentioned all about traditional business, having employees, you have money invested in the business, but you don't have any money in your pocket, right? All those things are for sure true, and that's why the Lifestyles opportunity is so great. And we're going to get to that. Sheila. We've learned a little bit about you folks, but I know that you want to learn more about GMD Sheila. So of course we have our feature here that we're going to play with Sheila, and to get to know a little bit more about her. And folks, we're going to play Fast Talk.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for Fast Talk. With PK.
All right, here we are with GMD Sheila Ruiz. Sheila, you know how you play fast talk, right? We've got a case of Intra here. You got to pick a number between 1 and 9. I'm going to ask you a random question. I don't know what those questions are, but you have to say the first thing that comes to your mind, okay? Don't even think about it. Just give me an answer. All right, what's the first number?
I'm gonna pick, of course, my birthday, 5.
Number 5. Okay, here's your question. Dream man or dream car?
Dream car.
Well, Sheila, come on. Why would you say that?
You know, growing up, I've always been exposed to cars, Paul, and that's why I love cars. I know all the brands, even at a young age already know all the brands of the cars, even the luxury cars.
You know, Sheila, it's easier to fix a car than it is to fix a man, right? So, I mean, that may be the other reason why.
So that's why I pick a car, because when I pick a car, then there's the driver, right?
Yeah, so you get the car and the man. Okay, perfect. Okay, let's go. What's number 2, Sheila? Pick another number. Sorry?
2.
Okay, number 2. All right. Beauty or brains?
Brain.
Oh, okay. So that kind of
Because
goes
when you
along.
have the brains, you can always look beautiful.
Ah, okay. So you can fix the beauty, but again, you can't make somebody smart.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Well, that's good. All right. Next number.
Of course, 3 for the 23 herbs.
23. All right. Okay. Here's a good question. City life or island life?
I really would like to have an island life later on when I retire, Paul. But for now, it's city life because I'm still building my organization and still have my downlines to support. But then once I have my leaders already enjoying financial freedom, then I'd love to have that island life.
Well, that's perfect. That fits perfectly into what Lifestyles is all about. You work hard at the beginning, and then you can enjoy things. Well, that's great, Sheila. Thank you. But that tells us a lot more about you, right? So thank you so much for playing Fast Talk with us. That's
Thank
awesome.
you. I had fun with the fast talk.
Okay, so we're back, Sheila. Now, you know, we've got your sort of early years and your work and your traditional business, you know, story. And I think that's important because it really sort of leads into, you know, why you're with Lifestyles. And you were introduced to Intra for the first time in 2005 by GMD Sheila. Wow, what a person to introduce you to Intra. She's amazing. Tell us about how that happened and how you finally became a Lifestyles distributor, because that wasn't until 2010 that you became a distributor, right? So what happened there?
GMD Nera and I attended a seminar. It was a 7-day stay-in seminar in Subic, and the schedule was rigorous, and it was just crazy, Paul. You have to wake up like 5 in the morning, and sometimes the seminar would end like 1 o'clock in the morning the next day, or 2 a.m. the next day, and I already had chronic fatigue. And I can't last that long schedule. I really need more time to sleep. And that's when GMD Nera let me took Intra capsule, and it helped me last the 7-day seminar. It gave me energy. It helped me battle my chronic fatigue. And that's why when I got back to Cebu, I asked her, what was that product you let me took, and I would like to continue taking it because it feels great. I love it. It's really effective on me, and my energy level really increased. And that's when she introduced the product to me, and she said, "Oh, you can buy it from my friend because my friend is selling it." She's not telling me, Paul, that she's the one distributing it.
That sounds like Nera.
And then she delivered the product to me in my flower shop, and then that's how it started. Every day she comes visit me, and she just observed, and she's just trying to figure out if she can bring me to Lifestyles and do the business as well. She was really very patient in making a follow-up. Every day she borrows my wedding magazines because I have a lot of wedding magazines, and sometimes I don't even get to entertain her. It's my assistant who says, "Oh, ma'am, GMD Nera is is again here in the shop, and she's returning the magazine that she borrowed
Right.
yesterday, and she wants to borrow another set again of
Very, very
magazine.
smart. Very smart.
Very smart and very very creative,
Yeah.
Paul. And that's how we got close. She visits me from time to time in the
Yeah.
shop. We just buy bread at a nearby bake shop of my flower shop. We eat ice cream and bread. I mean, simple pleasures in life, Paul. But it's really the relationship that she
Yes.
built with me, and then that's why I got to trust her. And then that's when I get to take a look at the business opportunity of
Right, right.
lifestyles.
And you were still working in the flower shop. You were still there, and you did lifestyles part time. And your first big payout. This is what got you excited, right? You had a payout of 59,000 pesos, and you
Yes.
became serious at that point. You qualified for a Go ED, Go Palawan, right? And
Yes.
no matter what level you're at, these Go ED incentives, and now we do, Go 6QL, right?
Yes,
And
right.
have a local trip with all the leaders and the GMDs. And I believe it's so impactful, and it was for you because you went to Palawan and you heard GMD Peng Mendoza give her speech, and tell us the impact that had on you.
That was the most memorable Go ED incentive that I've experienced, Paul. How impactful was it for me? Very impactful. I can never explain the intensity of that training, because I was still doing part time the lifestyles
Right.
business. I still have my flower shop business at that time. And when GMD Peng said in her topic, "Burn the ship," she said that, you really have to burn your ship, otherwise you will always have your comfort zone to go back to.
Right.
When you have counter challenges in lifestyles and you still have an option, then you won't really give it your full 100% commitment in lifestyles, because you still have your job, you still have your business to go back to. When something's, when the goings gets tough, you have the option to retreat back to your business. So that's when I realized that that's why I was still doing the business part time, and I'm not receiving the income that I really expect here in
Right.
lifestyles, because I'm not giving my best
Right.
yet.
Right.
So that moment, Paul, I decided that I need to close my flower shop. I have to burn my flower shop for me to become a
Yeah.
GMD. And that was already in the middle of November when I had that Go ED incentive in Palawan. And 15 days to go, I ran my NMD and I hit it.
Yes.
All thanks to GMD
Yeah.
Peng, she really awakened me to really burn the ship,
Yes.
and no more comfort zone when times get
No,
tough.
no, that's awesome. I mean, you burn the ship. Peng's always got great advice for everybody. And you followed that, and you became an NMD, and then you went on your IMD run, right? And during the IMD run, you had some interesting experiences. You guys were chased by dogs. You were in some very, very dangerous remote areas. Guard dogs chasing you. But you persevered, you kept going. But the one thing you did learn is that you can't force somebody to do the business, right? You can only work with people that are willing to work. And tell
Yeah.
me, why you believe that's true, and is that still what you believe today?
That was one of the realizations and learnings I've had when I ran my IMD, because I had two new legs, the third and the fourth power leg, and they were not that ready yet, Paul. But it was me who was really so determined to get my IMD promotion, and it came to a point that I kinda sort of like forced them to really become power
Mm.
leg. And after, yeah, we I hit my IMD promotion, my third and my fourth power leg also achieved their promotion. But after that, um they were gone. So that's when I said I really cannot force a not thirsty Carabao, to
Yes,
drink if he's not
yes,
thirsty. The person has to be really hungry for his dreams, so that even without the upline, he will really do the business
right.
himself, because he has dreams to, you know, to reach and
Yes.
achieve. And that was one of the biggest learning that I have. Never force a not so ready distributor to become ready. Don't transform a not motivated distributor to become motivated. Never, never, never again.
Yeah, yeah. Well, it's true, and it's really good advice for everybody out there because, you want to know what your why is, right? And why you're doing the lifestyles business. We're going to get to your why in a second, but it's important to have that so that you
Yeah.
know why you're getting up every day and why you're doing, what you're doing, right? But you became an IMD. You made your run, right? You got away from the dogs, the guard dogs. It-
Oh, yes, the dogs in
Yes,
Iloilo.
in Iloilo, right? And then you sort of slowed down a little bit, and you even started another traditional business, and that didn't meet your expectations, and you thought to yourself, you know what, I got to get back to what I want to do, which is lifestyles. And you went on and you became a GMD in July of 2018. We've got a great picture here of your GMD run. Sheila, tell us your emotions here when you hit GMD. You've got all these amazing people up on stage with you. What were the emotions going through you when you accomplished, that great goal?
I was so happy. I was so overwhelmed when I had my promotion, Paul. You know, that feeling that you finally reach your goal, the finish line. So it's so fulfilling. And then that promotion really also made an impact of me na, so what now? I'm done with my goal. So my next goal is for my teammates to also become global marketing directors, for them to be also able to achieve their dreams. And that's one of my dreams, Paul, that I will have lots of GMDs under my organization, because it's a blessing, having reached the GMD position, and it's payback time
Yes.
to my distributors, for them to also achieve their pin level, their ultimate goal, which is the GMD pin
Right,
level.
right. Well, it's great to be in that position. You're a leader. You've got a great organization that you've built up. And I mean, you built it the right way because you're not forcing anybody to do anything. You're working with people who want to do it, right? And
Because I've learned that lesson,
yes,
Paul.
and that's a great lesson. It's a great lesson. People need to have some self-motivation, but it's also important to be there, right? When they need help, it's important to be there. And you've been able to do that in your group. And we've got a slideshow, Sheila, here of some of the things from your global marketing director, Lifestyles Income. So while we show all these amazing pictures, tell people about your personal level of satisfaction and how you feel about being able to buy all these things and have this GMD income.
I always say, Paul, that money is evil, but it's the love for money that is evil. Practically, we need money for us to live by and for us to provide for our family. And having achieved all this, what you saw, guys, in the screen, it's really a fulfillment, not just materially, but having I was able to make my family happy by giving this brand new house, because we never get to own a house, Paul. I've already graduated from college and work, but we just kept on renting, and we even um, resided in a squatter
Mm-hmm,
area.
mm-hmm.
And that was when I really decided to make our life for our family. I have to end poverty, Paul, in our family. Someone has to end poverty in the family, and it has to be me, because it is me who see the lifestyles opportunity. It is me who see Nera's life change. So that's why, having all these achievements in lifestyles, Paul, it's so fulfilling seeing your family happy, comfortable, and I have the peace of mind that if anytime there's emergency in the family, I don't have to beg from relatives to pay the hospital
Yes, yes.
bills. I don't have to borrow money from friends again. And I don't have to thicken pakapalan ng face, because that's what we normally do when we're left with no choice. Then we just seek help from anybody, just to solve a certain problem. Because I've been in that situation, Paul, when succeedingly my mom and my brother was admitted in a they were admitted in a hospital. They got sick and I don't have money, and I begged from friends, relatives, not so close friends, just to support, to buy medicines, to pay the hospital. And it's not
No.
easy. It's not easy. So that's why I did the lifestyles business, because I want to provide a secure future for my
Right.
family. I want to have that life that when I need money, it's there, ready to serve me.
Yes, yes.
No, not the other way around, that when I need money, I have to serve someone else just to get
Right.
money. Having no money in your pocket, it's really hard. I've been
Yeah.
there. It's no
No,
joke,
no. It's
being in that situation.
yeah. We've got a great picture here of your family, Sheila, with you and all of them, right? And I
Yeah.
love this picture. I mean, this is like my favorite picture. You're here with everybody. Tell us what you told your parents when you became successful financially, and knowing what your dad went through when you were 11, your sister was 7, and your dad lost everything that he worked hard for. What did you tell your parents when you finally reached this global marketing director level with the lifestyles income? What were you able to tell them?
Um, the first thing that I told my parents was, we now have a house we can call our own. That was when I gifted this brand new house to my family. And I said, you will never go homeless, because this is already our
Right.
home. And the second, Paul, that I told my parents is, we're not poor anymore.
That- so you broke that.
No one will take the properties from us anymore, not even the TV
Right.
for my sister.
Right, right, right. And that must make you feel very proud of your ability to do that, to provide that for your parents as an adult, knowing that if they have any problems, health problems, whatever, you're going to be there, you're going to have the money because of the lifestyles opportunity. How does that make you feel inside as a person?
It feels so fulfilling, Paul, and I have this peace of mind. I have this sense of security, because it already happened, Paul. I was already a GMD prior to COVID. My brother, our youngest brother, was admitted in the ICU, and he stayed there for like a month in the ICU. And it was a different feeling. Yes, he's still in the hospital, but I have this confidence that I can provide whatever he needs. I can pay the hospital. I don't have to fear that I can't afford to buy medicine for my
Right,
brother.
right.
And that's when I congratulated myself. The best decision. Congratulations, Sheila, for doing lifestyles, for really hitting GMD, because now you have this financial
Yeah.
security and you are able to provide for your family with a secure heart, and a happy perspective that despite what happened to my brother, I am able to give the best for my
Right,
brother.
right. Well, that's fabulous. That's fabulous. And Sheila, we've got a lot of people that are watching this, and they're wondering if they can do what you did, right? So, what advice would you give somebody? Because we've had so many people join Lifestyles, especially this month of November. Just fantastic what's happening. It's
Fantastic.
amazing. I'm sure your organization's growing, but what would you tell somebody? What advice would you give somebody who's thinking of joining, but they're not sure, or maybe they joined and they bought Express or they bought Instant and they're not sure what to do? What advice would you give that person?
Yeah, I was also in that situation actually, Paul. I was already taking the product, but then I doubted myself. can I really do this, the business of Nera? Can I be as good as Nera in selling products? Because I thought this business is just selling, and I don't want to sell. And I really got turned off to salesy person. But then I realized that this business is just not just selling. And my advice to all of you watching this Leaders Chat Room, always believe in yourself. It's normal at times to doubt yourself, but you know, you have to keep going. You really have to decide for yourself, and you have to keep moving forward, even one step at a time. You just try. Who knows? This is the opportunity that you've been looking for and you've been praying for, like what happened to me. The only thing that you can control is your decision and your effort, and just work for this. You will get what you're really willing, what you are willing to work hard for. And just give it a try. You've got nothing to lose, but cliche as it may sound, that you have everything to gain. This opportunity, what awaits you, it's not just the material things, but it's the freedom. It's the financial freedom, a state in your life where you don't have to exchange your time for money. You don't have to be a slave of the corporate world. You don't have to be, a slave in your traditional business with so much headache to think of your overhead expenses. Right. This business will really give you freedom, financial freedom and time freedom. I am an example of living a life where I have the financial freedom right now. I never regret joining Lifestyles. What I regret was I didn't do it right then and there when Nera was introduced to me. I delayed my financial freedom, Paul. Yeah. It was my own making, and I don't want for our viewers to do the same. Once you see this opportunity, grab it right away. Don't hesitate. Don't analyze. There's no risk. Everything is covered. All the risk is calculated. The risk is if you don't do Lifestyles now, right. You will be working for someone else. And you will be working until you die.
Yeah, no, there's no doubt about that. It's great advice, Sheila. Step by step, little by little, never quit. We always believe in those things, and believe in yourself, right? And that's so important. Yeah, right. That's so important. So listen, I want to thank you so much for being with us.
Thank you so much, Paul.
Great advice for everybody. Look forward to seeing you in November. Want to meet everybody else, all the new people in your organization. Can't wait to come to the Philippines in November, and I'll see you then.
We already have the schedule, and we can't wait to see you in Manila, in Cebu, and in Cagayan de Oro and other parts of the Philippines.
Well, thank you so much. Again, thanks for being with us, and we'll see you soon.
Thank you, Paul. It's an honor to be here in the Leaders Chat Room.
Thank you, Sheila. See you soon. Bye-bye.
See you.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Well, there it is, folks. GMD Sheila Ruiz from Cebu City. Fabulous advice for everybody. Don't wait. If you're thinking about joining Lifestyles, get started. Step by step, little by little. Keep working. Never give up, and believe in yourself. And you're going to succeed. It's just a matter of time. Great advice from GMD Sheila. Folks, I'm headed over to the Philippines in November. I've got the schedule right here. It's the PK November Tour, November 13th to the 29th. So please go to our Facebook page. You'll see my schedule right here. I'd love to see everybody who's joined the business. Come out, say hi, take a picture, learn about the Lifestyles products. Looking forward to coming back to the Philippines in November. Until then, that's it from the Leader Chat Room this morning. Thank you for joining me. Have a great day and good morning.